Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Matrix Money Podcast. Glad
Morning.
to have you here.
Morning.
John,
How you doing?
good. How's it going today?
Not too bad. Not too bad. A nice
Excellent.
day. Nice day in the markets. So it's a nice day for me.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we're going to take a look at the markets in a minute here. It looks like we got some people jumping in the live chat. Let's take a look at who's here. Well, yeah,
Okay.
FF, that's a good point. We should probably let everybody know FF's got some stuff going on. So hopefully he'll be able to jump in here in the chat here for a while.
Yes, sir.
But he brings up the point. Bitcoin over 42. We're going to look at that in a minute.
Yes, we are.
Backward miner first. What else we got here? Whoops, I missed one. Yes, let's go.
Automatics.
Yeah, good morning. Let's see.
Morning, Chris.
Here. You were third. I love it.
There we go. Good morning, guys.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Thanks for joining us. All right. Oops. Good morning. All right. Let's close that up. And where are we here? Sorry, I'm trying to run the controls. I'm just not doing a really great job of it right now. All right.
Yeah,
how about we start with the markets, Jar? What do you think?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that.
All right. Let's bring that up here. All right. So we're going to jump into CoinGecko and let's refresh that so we get the latest numbers here.
Some nice numbers to see.
Yeah. 42,253 on Bitcoin. That's great. I mean, Bitcoin's been over 40,000 now for a couple of days at least, right?
Yeah. So this happened a couple of days now. And you can see the 7-day 13%. So it hasn't apparently hit over. I haven't looked this up, but apparently hasn't been above 40,000 since April 2022. Is that right?
Yes.
It's been a while.
I think you're right.
Yeah. So it's been a long time since we've seen these numbers. Ethereum over 2,200, which is really nice to see.
Yes.
These two are moving together very, very nicely. And then Solana actually was doing a reverse move after its strong growth. It's come down. It's still like at $60. That's really good.
It really is. And look, it's up over 8% still for the week, you know?
Yeah. And then Cardano, that looks good. Dogecoin. Hey, Dogecoin it's still around, man. Top 10.
And look at this, up 11.5%.
Yeah. Top 10. And we got Tron, Avalanche. So this is one thing about Avalanche. A lot of people aren't talking about this chain, but I'm still expecting it to skyrocket once Amazon starts using the utility of the chain, because I believe earlier this summer they inked a deal where they're going to be using Avalanche for smart contracts and some other backend stuff. I don't really know what Amazon's going to be doing with it, but if they actually take advantage of the utility, I think Avalanche will be fairly strong. And then
I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, and Matic again is another one with strong utility behind it, especially with different projects that I'm in within the DPIN space. They're utilizing Matic as well as Solana, so I can definitely see these ones sticking around well into the bull market with some strength.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of movement with them in this cycle, this bull cycle. Absolutely. What about Sheeb? Are you a Sheeb fan?
So if I'm going to get into a meme coin, I'm going to just stick with Doge.
Yeah.
Doge is the one that got me into crypto in the first place, just because of the excitement around it, right? So
yep.
I'll stick with Doge. Shibu, there's so many other, the Pepe ones and everything else. I don't know.
Yep. And I like Litecoin for what it's meant to be, up 4.5% right here, $72, still a good price. Same thing with BCH, up 8.5%. Do you like Uniswap token? Do you have any of that?
I have a little bit. I just like decentralized exchanges, so doing the swap and everything else. I'm just a fan of what they're doing over there.
Yep.
That with Pancake Swap. I don't know what's going to happen with Pancake with Binance getting hit so hard.
You really think that's going to? You really think that might affect it?
I don't know. They have their hands in it. I don't know if that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what the impact will be with Cake.
Oops.
They could definitely.
Sorry, guys.
There can definitely be something in there. And just below there, you had Caspa. And I can tell you that when this year started and I was just hearing about Caspa, I didn't even start mining Caspa until the spring. But it being in the top 30 is absolutely incredible. Market cap over 3 billion. I never even thought this was going to happen this year. I thought maybe during the bull cycle it would have some strength to hit top 50, let alone top 30. So that's crazy.
Yep.
Ethereum Classic.
I'll let you go ahead and talk about that, because we're going to be talking
maybe
about that a little bit
I'll
later.
get into Ethereum Classic a little bit later.
Okay.
Those nodes, man. We will talk about that in a bit. But yeah, Ethereum Classic's doing really well.
All right. I don't know if you're an ICP fan, but they're up almost 11%.
Yeah.
Everything is going well. You know, Hedera, I'm good with Hedera, especially where you can go and stake it. Why the hell not? Up about 6.5% right there. Still a good, if you ask me, that's still a good buy-in price. I mean,
it is. You know, and you also got your video on how to stake the Hedera. Yeah. It was 3%.
Look what we got here. FF.
Oh, there he is.
Welcome. How's it going, man?
Guys? Doing well. Doing well.
Good to see you.
I'm only going to be here for like maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 I can give you guys. But yeah, what's up?
All right. He's been throwing enough in the chat. We got financial failure. There it is.
Well, while you talk, say what you got to say. I'm going to run through some of our comments here.
Oh, I have nothing really to say. Just keep going on, and then I'll chime in when I need to chime in. And yeah, let's just
we're just
keep the train rolling. Keep the train rolling.
Just talking about the possible beginning of a bull market, at least the spike into 40K. I was talking to we were just talking about how there could possibly be a pullback, maybe by the end of the year. Actually, if you don't mind, I can share this tweet by Altcoin Daily.
Yep. Hang on, let me bring it up for you. Hold on, let me get rid of that.
This came out. I think he tweeted this yesterday, and he was just drawing comparisons to the spot ETF of gold in November of 2004, and he's trying to draw parallels of how when the ETF was released, there was obviously a spike in growth, but it never returned to the lows that it is right now. And the comparison is with Bitcoin being the digital gold and BlackRock again releasing a possible ETF. And if that gets approved, are we going to see the same types of growth with Bitcoin? So FF, what do you think about that? Do you think there's a possible bottom that we're at right now for Bitcoin, or will there be a pullback?
Yeah, I mean, I also think that Chump went over this morning as well in regards to like, this is about the whole gold correlation with Bitcoin, right? But with the whole bottom, I don't know. I definitely do think that we're going to have some sort of pullback. I know that there's been a couple family members of mine and also friends who aren't into crypto that have seen the recent pump and have emotionally started investing. And I told them, not to actually buy Bitcoin right now, not to sort of get into the coin based off of emotion, and not because I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to go up, right? It's the reason is if you're buying with emotion, that means you will also sell with emotion. So that's the reason why I told them, hey, you might want to change your mindset before you start getting into crypto right now, because you will possibly sell when there is a pullback. So I do believe that there could be a pullback. And just wanted to mention that.
Especially with the swings in crypto. I actually modified my CoinGecko app I adjusted the alerts to 10% versus 5% because everything moves up and down minus 5%.
Oh, easily.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if you can't handle that kind of swing, and in the regular markets, 5% is enormous. It's an enormous jump, right? If Tesla went up 5%, that's a big deal. But in crypto, that's just like a Tuesday morning. Like that happens all the time. So, it makes that's a really good point. If you're investing with emotion, this is a roller coaster ride that you're going to be on for sure.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, because as we get together with family and friends over the holidays here, this is going to be a topic of conversation. And I'm already thinking in my head, okay, I got to tell them, listen, price is nice, but don't be focusing just on the price. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And don't focus on like the short term as well.
Exactly.
Like, feel like that's what a lot of people do when they're new to this space, is they see that short-term gain. Like Crypto Jar just said, 5% is, something that we see with crypto on a daily. So like when you see those jumps to 20, 100, 200% gains, don't lose your ish over it.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
right. Yeah, you're right.
And I also that means that at least in my perspective, because these swings are so dramatic, there's still like a maturity phase that we haven't reached in the market with crypto. It's still in like its infancy. Everybody's still new, and everybody that's new is very emotional about certain projects. And I see it on Twitter. Some people get extremely emotional about what project they're in, and they defend it to the grave. So when that emotion is behind it, that will drive momentum in different directions. And I think we're still in a phase of where we have to get to a more mature level where that 5% will mean something with consistent growth in crypto. So looking forward to that maybe in the next 5 years. We'll see how that goes.
Right. Maybe in the next 5 years. I don't know if it's going to be that long, especially if we get the ETFs and all that money running in. But you know what? You guys mind if I share a quick tweet that from this morning?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hang on one second. I saw this and I'm like, well, that makes a lot of sense. This was put out by Bitcoin Magazine right here with BlackRock says a seed investor just bought $100,000 worth, or recently bought $100,000 worth of BTC ETF shares in October. So, I mean, hello, it's obviously it's just waiting to kind of come in here. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? That's just a seed investor.
Yeah.
That's just the beginning, and it makes sense why, we've seen that slow and steady crab crawl up and up a little bit. And now we're sitting here over 40K, and you got stuff like this because you got to, or in my opinion, again, not financial advice here, but I have to believe that that's just what they're telling us about. I'm sure there's others.
Oh, yeah. What we don't know is going to be a whole other thing.
Yeah, exactly. In my opinion.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that. I saw that this morning. I thought that was like huge news. So do you guys want to get on to, I know we got a rug pull to talk about here. You want to get onto that, and that way FF is here with us for that.
I'll talk about that in just a second while FF's here. I want to let you know that I bought a 3060, not a 3060 Ti.
Oh, yes.
A 3060 just because it was so cheap. I managed getting a deal on it. It was less, I think it was like $200 from a local store here. So I ordered two. I'm going to start setting up a mini rig, and I'm going to be picking your brain on how to set this thing up properly, because everything I've done when it comes to GPU mining is just the one in my PC. So just want to start small, baby steps. See how that goes. What we got here? Chris Hanley.
Yeah, I thought kind of commenting on what we were just all.
Oh yeah, mentality. Yeah.
Yeah, So I figured I'd throw that up there. Anyway, sorry. You tell me when you want that screen up.
Oh no, you can pop it up right away.
Okay. Hang on 1 second. There we go.
This is eMilk. eMilk is this project came out fairly quickly. There is a project on the Ethereum Classic network called ETCMC. They create these nodes that are extremely profitable at the moment. And these are one of these projects that get a lot of hype, and a lot of other mini projects kind of attach themselves to it. eMilk is one of them. It gave me these DeFi node vibes as soon as I saw it, because you're talking about a daily percentage of APY that you're going to receive. And there was a lot of people talking about how much they're earning daily. It was like $20, then it was $40 and $50, and then people are talking about pulling in hundreds of dollars. And then the rug pull happened, and this to me is a sign that I actually haven't heard of a rug pull in months. At least nothing dramatic. They went quiet for a while. I'm not saying that they went anywhere, but this is a sign that new money is coming into the space, and it's kind of a warning. At least I'm taking it as a cautionary tale of people to be aware of when you're investing. Again, like we were talking about investing with emotion, this is one of these projects that might take advantage of the hype. You're going to see big numbers. You're going to see a lot of people talking about big returns. Yep. And with a moment's notice, not even a moment's notice, a rug is going to pull you. and it's went from $50 to 11 cents in a matter of seconds.
Yeah,
So
I
this
mean,
is
look
one
at
of
that
just
candle.
yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about, and just getting people's mind fresh on the risks in crypto and how these are just popping up out of nowhere. And I don't know if the influencers that talk about it a lot are getting paid or they're getting something on the side. But there's a lot of hype that comes with them, and it's when you see the dollar signs, it's hard to like stay away, especially if you want to make some quick money in crypto, which it seems like everybody's doing at times, right?
Yeah, amen.
Yeah.
That's why I got into space,
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, at least you're honest. Right.
It's true, man. It's true.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, when Jared told me about this, or told us both about this, I think it was like a couple of days ago, that he wanted to talk about it, I was like, I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, me either. That's what I said. I'm like, I know nothing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
amazing. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it gave me weird vibes right off the bat. As soon as they talk about APYs, daily APYs, which should be impossible, where are you getting this money from? That's Ponzi-nomic schemes all over it, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I was interested mostly to see how this was going to play out, and it was weird that within 24 hours the rug pull happened. So it had only hit my radar then.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Absolutely insane.
Well, what do you guys I mean, while we're talking about it, what would you guys tell everybody who might watch this stream who's new, because we've got a lot of new people starting to come into the space, about how they protect themselves from this, how they avoid being the next rug?
I mean, that would be tough, to be quite honest, because you don't know it's a rug until it happens, right?
Unfortunately.
I mean, I think it goes back to the whole, like, invest what you can afford to lose, right? I think that's the phrase there. So, like, when it comes to these new projects and you're putting anything into it, whether it be your crypto, whether it be your fiat, whether you're a miner and then you're setting your rigs to mine like Carlson, for example, know that you're going to potentially lose out. And if you have that in your mind that you could potentially lose out, then when that rug does happen, or if it happens, then you'll be mentally prepared for it, because it's really hard to protect yourself for a rug, because nobody knows except for the developers.
Yep.
So that would be my, I guess, advice when it comes to rugs. I don't know what you all have to say or input when it comes to rugs, but rugs are extremely tough.
Yeah, I think for me, it's going to come down to what you're saying, as well as a little bit of a research into what the project is actually trying to produce. There's a lot of chains. There's lots of chains talking about privacy coins and being the fastest transaction that's out there. And pretty much every coin seems to be trying to predict that they're going to be the number one coin for that. But is there any other utility beyond that? And are they trying to help a community in some certain way? Where's the value coming from? Because if you're investing in something, you usually want to find some sort of value that's being put out, or a service or a product or something like that. So these are the things that I'm looking for when I'm looking into projects. Like, for example, that eMilk project that we're talking about, where was the value? Like, other than putting in money and supposedly getting a high return, where were they getting the returns from? And were they investing that money into something else? So just a little bit of a dig into some of these projects, immediately you'll find some problems or some red flags to avoid them. And then there's always going to be the bigger ones, like even an exchange, for instance, FTX. Like, you're gonna, it's basically the most dominant exchange out there, and then everyone lost their money.
And then all of a sudden, poof,
there's always going to be ones that you're never going to see coming, and that's part of the problem. And maybe that's a good reason to have some regulation, right? And there's been a lot of talk about that, so we'll see what happens.
Yep.
I mean, my only, I guess, addition to that would be maybe consider a project, if you're looking to do this and looking to invest in that, consider a project that has a little bit of history, a little bit of track record, and then maybe, if that's what you're looking to do. But again, following everything they said, don't put in more money than you can afford to lose. Don't go remortgaging the house, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I agree.
And I think the utility
go ahead.
thing that Jar talked about as well is something huge to me, at least. I made like sort of a FUD video on Caspa.
I didn't want to mention it,
but no. I mean, we might as well. Every single chat or every single stream video, I feel like Caspa is going to be brought up. But like looking at Caspa and people saying that it solves the trilemma and all this jazz, I mean, maybe it does, but what exactly is the true utility of the coin outside of sending it quickly? So, there's plenty of other chains, like Jar said, but what are they actually trying to solve? We have coins that send quick. Maybe they're not as quick as Caspa, but we have that already. We have store of value coins. So when I'm looking into projects, I have to, listen to what Jar's saying up over here and just say, hey, what utility does the coin have? What problem are they trying to solve? I think that that's a huge oversight, and a lot of times we are looking for returns because we're greedy people in general
by nature, right?
So and greed again is an emotional thing. So it kind of goes back to emotion again. So thank you, Jar, for bringing that up. I just forgot about it, but it's huge.
One other thing I wanted to mention, and I don't want to crap on the DPIN space because they are creating amazing projects. They're creating a lot of projects with utility, and it's also finding out who the actual customer is going to be, because a lot of these projects are being developed and they're pulling in data, they're anonymizing it, and it's ready to be sold. But it might be done in advance because there is no market, there is no buyer. It's just sitting there in the hopes of something actually happens. And that's not to say that it's a bad thing. It's just, where are we going to go with that? And if you see the utility behind it, you kind of have to also see what's further down that timeline. And predicting it can be difficult, but things like Demo, they already have a smaller customer base, but they're trying to work on that and grow their ecosystem. So doing research into who the customers are and why they're buying into the project themselves is another good point.
Yep. DYOR.
Yeah.
You want to go through some of these comments? We got like a backlog of comments coming in here. Let's see. We're just reading. Yeah, that's where I think that's where I left off. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think we all remember that and kind of wish we could buy some BTC at that price too.
Oh man.
Optimize GPU purchases. There you
go. FF, are you mining KLS right now?
I tried to this morning, and I've been having issues. I didn't want to talk about Carlson too much because I don't want to tell everybody that I'm having issues, but showing the world that I'm a real person and I make mistakes, I think is a little bit better than anything. So basically my issue is that Hive OS is giving me an error saying that I haven't set the algorithm, but the algorithm is set to Carlson hash. So I'm not sure what exactly is going on. Maybe it's my overclock settings and I need to change the mem settings or something like that. But I tried and I'm going to be, I'm not going to mine to their wallet, mainly because I know if you go to like yeti.uk, they did an audit of it and there's some issues on the Carlson coin wallet. So I will be mining hopefully to Trade Ogre directly. So I don't have to worry about that sort of issue.
Trade Ogre just released it, right? It just dropped on the Trade Ogre exchange.
That's literally the only reason why I'm trying because it's on Trade Ogre.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Trade Ogre?
Yeah.
It is the most that site scares me. It like just the name itself and when you log in, but it's been solid. I haven't been affected by any problems with Trade Ogre. But that's one of those exchanges that it seems like it gets a lot of listings early.
No argument. I agree. I don't
like
know.
If I lost all my money on Trade Ogre, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all.
Right. You'd be like, okay, it makes sense now. Yeah.
The Bulls. Hey. The next ETH.
So many comments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, we got
This one's a good one right here from Chris.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Don't
yeah,
have a get rich
that sums it up right there, right? I mean, unfortunately, that's where we all come in with like, I just want to get in. I want to,
Yeah.
hit the
I got
lottery.
into the space of getting rich early. So
Yeah.
I'm a telltale for that one.
Yep.
Looking at Gala.
XNA. I haven't I picked up a little bit of that.
Oops. Why did that not work? Hang on. Having some technical difficulties here. Here we go.
10 ES or ESP32s. I have a couple of those running around right now too. Trying to win the Bitcoin lottery. See if it ever happens. Whoa, 100K.
That's crazy.
Jeez.
That's crazy. Good Lord.
Not your keys, not your crypto.
Yeah, amen to that.
Wow.
Amen to that.
Yeah, yield nodes. That's one of the DeFi projects I didn't buy into that got a ton of hype. Yep, greed is another one.
Right there. Yeah, on the head right there.
Yep.
Hey guys, just real quick hopping in here. I do have to leave. I actually stayed a little bit longer. I expected just because I love talking crypto. But I put something in our private chat. Maybe you all can talk about it or not. Yeah, you all could talk about it if you want. You can bring it up. It's
I'm doing
about
it right now.
address poisoning of Safe Wallet. And I think that it's another sort of security thing that if you are new to crypto, it's kind of important to understand what address poisoning is and how it can affect you, because I've seen these sort of attacks before. It's not anything new. And because it's not new, that means that likely it would happen again. And here it is happening again, I think, in this past week. So y'all could just go over this a little bit with everybody. I did put a little bit in our chat on what exactly is address poisoning. So you can just possibly just read that. And stay safe out there. Not your keys, not your crypto, all that jazz. Put an F in the chat for me. But I think you guys should continue this chat because a lot is going on in crypto right now.
Yeah,
plenty to talk about. You guys are doing great. Later.
Thanks for joining in. Thanks for jumping in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, seriously, FF. Thank you.
Yeah.
Later.
Appreciate you.
I don't think I'm qualified enough to talk about this. Maybe you have more of a background with address poisoning. I know about it. Like, I understand somewhat what it's supposed to be. It's kind of like pretending to be an address by spoofing it. But other than that, go ahead.
Yeah, no, honestly, that would be exactly what I'm saying about it as well. It's not like I have some major background in it either, but basically it's when they take an address and they change some of the, because let's be honest, when we look at addresses, what do we look at? Maybe the first 5-10 characters, last 5-10 characters, and then we ignore that middle piece, and that middle piece is where they'll drop some different you know what I mean? And then boom, next thing you know, you're off to the wrong address. So that's basically what it is in a nutshell. Again, I think FF's going to try, for those who are still in the chat, I think FF said he's going to try and be in the chat talking about it. So by all means, feel free to ask him questions. I'm sure he has much more experience with it than.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're like in MetaMask, when you take a look at your wallet, it usually asterisks out the middle part of it as well. So it's just natural for you to look at the first few characters, the last few characters. I do it to myself all the time. Except when I'm when I'm sending a larger amount of crypto across any type of chain, I pretty thoroughly look through it now. I've made mistakes before where I've accidentally sent it into space, so I try my best with that one. But a lot of those little microtransactions that you're quickly just trying to get something done, it's easily you can easily skip the middle and then get spoofed and
then bam. So yeah, that's important. And like I said, hopefully FF's in the comments. We'll find out. You want to go through some of these comments? We are like
go ahead.
backed up on comments here.
Absolutely.
So I gotta hang on. I gotta figure out where the hell did we leave off here. Holy Moses, we're way back here.
Someone gave FF a D+.
What?
Automatic beats. It might have been a mistake. Is that close? Yeah, they're right next to each other on the keyboard.
Could be. All right. I'm not sure exactly where I left off. We're gonna kind of jump in right here because I'm like, did we? Oh yeah, we already talked about that, right?
Yes.
You mentioned that. All right. How about this one? Oh yeah, this is the yield nodes. Okay. I'm catching up, guys. Sorry. Do you need a decent CPU? 3-year-old.
That's Neuro AI. That's one of the new coins that came out. I don't know. I've only picked it up and purchased it as speculation. I haven't mined it myself. So I don't know too much about it.
Okay.
Block X. Yes. Oh, you picked one up on iNodes. Is that where you picked one up? So Block X, that one surprised me. I'm in the Sleep Money Club, and we're experimenting with. I have a couple other members in there. One of the names is Dodger Dog, and we're trying to start up something new where you can split a node. These nodes are getting very expensive, so we're trying a project where you can buy a share of a node rather than buying the full node itself. So BlockX is one of those where we had split a node into 5 portions. At the time, BlockX was $5,000 per node, so you can spend $1,000 and earn a share of the return. So we're playing around with that, but then BlockX took off, and now it's like $30,000-$40,000 for a node. So we have to revisit what we're doing here.
Wow, I didn't even realize you could do that kind of thing.
Well, it's totally possible. Anyone can do it. We're trying to automate the process on the back end, and we possibly might launch a small little business doing this. Because there's a lot of people that want to get into these node projects, especially the ones with real utility behind it. Like research and stuff like that. And then just if they can't afford it, you can't afford it. But if you can buy a slice of it and still get a return and benefit from that, that would be great. And that's what we're.
Oh no, I would think that'd be a great business model, quite frankly.
Yeah. It gets complicated though with the wallets and everything on the back end and keeping them secure, right? So it'd be terrible if we got hacked.
Right. Yeah.
And we lose everybody's money, and then we're just a story.
Mining KLS to trade ogre. There you go.
Yeah, I picked up a little bit of KLS or Carlson. It was like $100. It wasn't anything. It was just listed on Trade Ogre, I believe yesterday evening, or maybe during the day.
No problem having a small bag, right?
Yeah, just see what happens. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Gala. Yeah, that's if I can just jump in, Gala. For those who don't know, on Friday night, 7 p.m., I do Crypto on the Rocks. We do dollar cost average. You guys come on and vote for what we're going to dollar cost average into. Gala, we're changing off in January 1st to different Web3 and gaming type coins that you're going to help dollar cost average into. Gala is one of them, but I got to narrow it down. I got like 10 of them. That's too many. I need to narrow it down to 5. So on all of my socials right now, you can go and vote for which ones will be part of that starting in January, and Gala is one of them. So awesome. While I'm here, make sure you head over there and go do that, please.
Yeah, that's great. Gala is an interesting project. They're getting their hands into a few different things. Let's see.
Yeah, what's going on with Gala? Yeah, exactly. Let's see, doing well. Nerd miners, yeah.
Nerd miners are those little. Let me grab one. I'll show what I'm talking. Yeah, it's just like a mini computer right over here. I unplugged it, so it's off right now.
And hang on, I'm gonna bring you up full screen there, bud. Hang on, that way people can see you. There you go.
This is the LilyGo one right over here. And you can mine Bitcoin with this. Well, you can try your luck at mining Bitcoin with one of these. They call them lottery devices, and Jazzminer and a few other companies are releasing them right now. But it also helps with the ecosystem, helping with transactions and everything else. I'm trying it out right now just to see what happens. I don't think anything will eventually. Well, nothing will probably ever happen. But they're fun. They're fun, and the reason why I picked up one of these is again to show my kids how to get into. Not how to get into it, but how to understand how mining works, the back end of it, the transactions, and it's just a useful tool, a useful learning tool. So I thought it was interesting. Yeah,
absolutely. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Okay, we're starting to get into the Fs. And here's the D plus. I didn't see it just now. Okay. Some stuff coming next. Okay. Yeah, okay. See. All right. I'm going.
Yeah, Gala is interesting. They have nodes. They have music. I believe they started with music nodes, and now they're getting into gaming nodes, or maybe I have it vice versa.
I think it was gaming nodes first.
Was it
I
gaming
think
first? Yeah, it was one of the two.
So.
But they're well connected in the music and gaming industry. So their nodes, I believe, when they first launched it, it was like $5,000. And I was like, wow, $5,000, extremely expensive. I'll never be able to afford that. Now it's $100,000 or something. Like that. And yeah, that's not even happening right now. Just see what happens there. But yeah, the growth of the network is there.
Yeah, you got to get that thing up and running so you can get a slice of that.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there we go. We got some Carlson aiming for 5 cents. Yeah.
All right.
I picked up a little bit last night. We'll see what happens. Might buy a little bit more.
Print the case.
Yeah, you can print the case. You don't have to buy it. I think it was Bitmakers that makes the case. I don't have a 3D printer, so I picked up their little case to support the business. But yeah, it looks like an ASIC miner. I don't have it with me, but the cases are pretty cool too that it comes with. It doesn't even get hot. It doesn't really, you don't really need a case. You could just have the board and have it plugged in. It's like a couple watts. This could be solar powered too. So there's a lot of things you can do.
I was going to say, that's got to be low power consumption.
Super low power. It's USB-C, I think like 1 or 2 watts. Takes almost nothing.
Gotcha. Yeah, Sadie.
Yeah, Sadie's here. Thank you. I'm gonna try it out. Like I have some videos on how to mine Caspa. These are old videos, and Nexa, and I was using a 1060 Ti, and I was just playing around with it and just going through the settings. But I really want to get a rig. I've always wanted to have a rig just to be part of that crew of of miners. So I picked up a couple of the 3060s. Once I know this is going to work better, I'll have a bigger investment. But I need to test the waters first.
All right. We've about made it through all of our comments here.
Or bust. Yeah.
So I mean, while we let anybody else who wants to throw some comments in there do that, what do you got going on for the next week there, Jar?
Yeah, I have a video that I'm going to drop a little bit later today on the ETC MC nodes. I'm in the hype on that one. It's scary. There's really nothing driving up the price. Okay, there is something driving up the price, which is hype. So I don't know where this is going to go. I just want to break even, and then I'm willing to take it for a ride. I have that going, and Fry released some. I was talking about Fry and Dpin. They have these cameras, and they're going to be mining data through video data. And this is something that I'm going to be installing. I'll be making a video on this after I test it out. They have a lot of different miners. They have weather miners, sound miners, which is decibels. They mine bandwidth. And these are one of those projects where I was saying, I don't know who the end customer actually is yet, but they have all this data, and maybe eventually they'll find a customer to buy the data. But learning the process of the utility and how they're going to be working these mechanisms through, it's just what I'm interested in. So I'm going to be trying it out.
Did I just hear you right that they were going to mine through video?
Okay. It's actually picture. So they have an outside camera, and what the outside camera is going to do is you point it to the sky, and maybe this is why I'm still researching it. I'm trying to understand what they're mining here. Is it like cloud formations, or and is this attached to the weather in some way? I'm not really sure. So let me
Okay.
do my research, find out a
Yeah,
little bit more
no.
about
I didn't
this
mean to put you
component.
on the spot. I just was
No,
like,
it's fine. Like, this is what it is, right? Like, I get projects that come to me. I have to understand how they work. I have no clue how this one works.
yeah.
So I'll be digging in a little bit further. And then once I have an understanding, I'll release a video on that as well.
I can't wait. I'm interested to I'm interested to see what that's about.
Yeah. And what about yourself? What are you dropping out this week?
Well, this week I got a lot of family things going on, so things are going to be a little thin. I'll definitely be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, with base trying to get you prepared for 2024, things to think about with regard to cryptocurrency and the economy and so on and so forth. I can't even take credit for it. I'm following another tweet. You'll see more about that tomorrow. I'm hoping to drop a quick video on Thursday. Just another listen. Time's running out. If you're going to get into Bitcoin, now's the time. And then, of course, Friday night, 7 p.m., Crypto on the Rocks. I'd love to have everybody jump in with regard to that. So that's pretty much my week this week.
Awesome. And you're almost at 1K subscribed to the channel.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
please.
getting very, very close to that milestone. Hit the like as well if you're watching right now. That helps us out. This is a new channel, and we're looking to grow it. So far, we've been pretty consistent, right? Every week, Tuesday morning.
Yeah, we're getting we've been on every Tuesday, and we're good. We're keeping it. All right, let's go see if we got any last comments. Looks like we got a couple here. What do we got?
Yes, it is. And that's why I picked it up. It's not the TI. I know that one is more profitable, but for me, it's about budget. So I wanted to make sure I'm not breaking the bank yet, especially when I'm experimenting. So the 3060 I thought was good value overall. And we'll see how they work out.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That is true.
So when you monetize things, as long as it's anonymized, not anonymized. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, say that 5 times fast.
I'm all for it, because if you can sell your own data rather than giving it to Google and letting them do whatever they want, or Microsoft, or whoever's in charge of the data right now, if you have control of your own data and you want to sell how you want to sell it, I think that's a huge advantage. And that's why I really love the DeepIn space. I definitely see the utility. Again, I don't know who the end customer is yet, but it's beautiful when you're in control of your own information.
Oh, amen. That's the truth. And I personally, I think that's the future of it. And I'm hoping that we see, I don't know, there's a lot of companies out there trying to make that happen, where you can control your own ID or your own data, etc. Personally, some of those projects, because I've talked about a couple in some of my live streams, I think are better than others. But unfortunately, I mean, I don't think we're far enough along to make that useful right now, if you know what I'm saying.
It looks like there still has to be more testing and use cases out there before it hits the ground running. But at least they're trying, man. That's what it's about. They're trying, and they're throwing it out there.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of work to get these projects going, so I commend them for that. They're doing a really good job.
Yep.
Your YouTube. Yeah, put your YouTube channel in the.
It's in the description of the live stream. I'm actually trying to get the copy and paste to put in to the chat right now.
Yeah.
I'm having some technical difficulties. Jar, talk for a second. So
no, he's almost. Crypto Coin Mindset is almost at 1,000 subscribers. If you can subscribe to the channel, it's going to help him a lot, especially when we're almost at the end of the year. Then he can start the new year monetized and ready to roll. It's going to be great.
That would be great.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
And,
growing a YouTube channel is not easy. It is not easy. And coming up with fresh topics to talk about. That's why I like talking with multiple people on the Matrix Money, get insight from different perspectives. And it's fun. I'm having fun with this specifically just because it's fresh. And there's always something happening in the crypto space. There we go. Oh, Sadie put it out there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
because I'm having like, you can probably see me on the screen here because I didn't take myself off the screen, but I'm like technical difficulties.
You can highlight that.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sadie. By the way, I see Sadie on almost everybody's live stream when I'm
Yes.
jumping into Chump Change or whoever it is. Huge in the community. It's awesome.
Yeah, Sadie is awesome.
Yeah.
And appreciate you very much, Sadie. Thank you. And I think that's
it, right?
See, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes, you're the best. All right. I don't know. I think that's about
that's good.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Awesome.
Appreciate that. Like I said, I'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, and then again Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Crypto on the Rocks. Bring a drink. Come join me. You'll get, if you get me really drinking, you'll get me really talking, and you might may or may not appreciate how it
get
goes.
Really interesting after.
Yeah, I can't guarantee. Can't guarantee anything. All right. And anything else, my friend? Other than that,
hit the subscribe, hit the like. Thank you very much for joining us. We had a lot of fun, and we'll see you next week, Tuesday, 10 a.m.
Yes,
cheers, guys.
Absolutely. All right. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.